What's up? Welcome back to my channel. It's been a while, and if you've never seen my face before, hi, I'm Jess, and I've not made a YouTube video in 3 months. I'm really sorry. Hi guys, so I am back on YouTube. It's been quite a bit and a lot has happened. I'm currently in New York City. This is where I live now. A lot of things have happened the past 2-3 months that I've just kind of been like, not exactly waiting to share, but just like overwhelmed to share, because when a lot of things pile up for me, I just get very overwhelmed and then I don't touch it. I don't want to deal with it. There's just a lot of things happening. So that's kind of like what this was, and I have so many videos on the back burner of like things that are filmed that I just like never edited. I never even touched it again because I got overwhelmed with how much of a backlog that I had. So this video today is going to be a Q&A of what's been happening in my life, like what's been going on. I asked one of those question boxes on Instagram, just so I have like things to answer, because then I go overwhelmed with like, oh, what do I even talk about? So I am giving that to you guys. You guys are asking me the questions. I'm going to be answering them. We're going to have a little catch up thing. And I hope that this is going to be the start of me uploading more regularly. I'm really sorry. I know a lot of you guys have been really excited to see the New York content, and I've been posting a ton on my Instagram and my Instagram story. So if you guys are not following me there, definitely go over there, because I'm much more frequent over there, just because it's easier and it's less of an overwhelming feeling. But yeah, that's kind of it. I'm in New York, I'm in my studio apartment, and let's just get to this Q&A because I'm really excited. So we're gonna hop right in. Let's go. Okay, so I asked this just a bit ago, but we have quite a few things to get through. We're not gonna get through all of them, but we're gonna get through a majority. So let's hop right in. Natasha asked, what's the most surprising thing that you've learned about living in New York? Truly and honestly, when people think of New York, people think of how mean people are, how like closed off, and just like New Yorkers are so rude. Ugh. I have found the exact opposite, and I have not met like this amount of kind people in one place. I don't think like ever in my life. There are so many kind people here, and I have realized after the pandemic in New York, I think people are just so much more willing to go above and beyond for each other. I've had like random women help me on the subway getting my like cart of groceries down the stairs. Me and my dad were bringing things into my apartment, and a guy who was passing on the sidewalk was like, do you guys need help? And my dad was like, no, we're fine. And the guy was cute, and I was like, Dad, why did you say that? But people are just so much more willing to help out than I originally anticipated. So the kindness level in New York right now is just off the charts, and I'm so thankful that that is the case. Miranda asked, what's been making you happiest lately? Currently, I've actually been taking a French class, and I'll get more into that a little bit later, but kind of hopping back into a language that I really like has been making me so happy, and it's been allowing me to meet new people and just like have this like sense of fulfillment and doing something that like is fun for me, and I can definitely see myself progressing in. Like I see where I was before I started class and then after. So that's been making me really happy. Another thing that's been making me happy is the easy access to falafel in New York City. I'm a falafel stan, and obviously like you can get that in Orlando, but like there are just so many different Mediterranean restaurants, really any type of restaurants in New York. So easy access to international foods has definitely been making my life. Another question is, what's the most amazing thing about living in New York? There's not just one thing. It's really just kind of the overall atmosphere. I love living in a city. I absolutely adore my area. I live in the Upper East Side, pretty close to Central Park. So taking walks through Central Park has really been my just like happy place. Like I'll go bring a book to Central Park, or sometimes I'll just like pick out a nice outfit or just workout clothes and just like go for a walk in Central Park, and it just makes me happy beyond belief. I love it, and I'm not used to like loving nature this much. Like obviously I love nature, but in Florida it's so hot in the summer and you really can't appreciate it. So that's been one thing I've been absolutely adoring. Someone asked, how has the vibe of the city been? The news has been made it seem a little bit scary or tense. Here's the thing, I don't have like a before and after thing to compare. So before the pandemic and after the pandemic, I have heard that things like crime rate wise have gone up since before the pandemic. I have an app called Citizen on my phone that like keeps me informed of things that are going on around my area, whether that be like a shooting or like a fire. Like it just tells me everything. In my area there's not a ton of crime, which is great, but I have heard from other people that crime rates have gone up. Personally, I haven't seen anything myself, so I do count myself lucky, but I have heard that things are going up crime rate wise, but I don't think that should dissuade you from visiting the city or anything. I think that's just New York. Again, I can't compare either way, so I don't think I'm a great person to speak on this. I wouldn't be scared. I'm not scared in the city, if that says anything. I don't know if it does, but those are my feelings. I've got a few questions of, are we gonna get an apartment tour? Are you doing an apartment tour? Yes. However, it's gonna be a while because I am a major perfectionist and my apartment is nowhere near done. So it's gonna be a while just because I wanna make sure everything's in a proper place. I think when like maybe Halloween-ish time comes around, I definitely wanna have everything in place for that because obviously I need to decorate. So maybe around that time we will get an apartment tour, but I really love my space. I have exposed brick on that wall and a little fireplace. Doesn't work, but it's a little fireplace. I'm also like under my loft. I built a loft. So we've got a few updates apartment-wise, but I'm gonna wait to share that until it's all done. Also, because up until like a few days ago, it's been a massive wreck and there were still boxes that needed to be unpacked. So there's still a lot of work here. You will be getting an apartment tour. I'm not gonna say soon, but it will be coming. Let's say like before 2022. I hope it's before that, and I'm sure it will be, but I'm not committing myself to anything. Catherine asks, are you still writing a book? Yes. However, I'm really bad about staying consistent with it, and I recently brainstormed a whole new book idea with my best friend Harmony. So like I'm gonna be the one writing it, but I had a plot idea in my head and I needed someone to talk it out with. So we talked through like the entire plot, and I'm really excited about the premise and kind of the vibes and the feels. Like I'm really excited to write it, and I've gotten some written, but I definitely need to kind of get more on a schedule with that, and I'm hoping to do that shortly. I've got a lot of things on my plate right now, so I'm kind of just like a little bit in between many different projects, which is also contributing to my feeling of overwhelm, which I'm trying to figure out how best to deal with. But I am definitely still writing a book. It's gonna be a long process, but I'm really excited about the plot, and I'm excited to write it. So maybe that might be like a NaNoWriMo, like a National Novel Writing Month project, or at least some of it will be. I'm hoping to have quite a bit more fleshed out before November because it's only July, but I definitely want to continue on that. Being an author is one of my like goals in life, so I definitely want to make sure that that is still a thing that's happening. Anna asks, what's your advice for moving to a new city? Hi Anna. My best advice, which I don't follow well, is to try to make friends. I have been having a hard time making friends in the city, and it's not that like it's New York specifically, it's just that I'm a pretty like solo person, but I love being outgoing, but I also find it hard to like, with everything else that's going on, just like committing to a new relationship, not with like a significant other, like romantically necessarily, but just in relative terms, like to build friendships, it takes a lot of effort on both ends. And personally, I want the friend aspect, but I find it hard for myself at this current moment to take time to build relationships, and that's not a good thing. It's something that I'm very much working on. Very bad at texting people back. I'm very bad at answering messages on Instagram. If you message me there, you know. So I'm trying to work with myself to kind of figure out how best to balance my own personal energy and then also be able to give that to others, because when I'm around people that I feel comfortable with, I'm very outgoing and I'm very excited to be there. And when I've had a couple friends come visit the city, it's like the best time ever. But then on the weekends, I'm like less scared. I'm less scared of like meeting up with people. I don't know if I have the energy to build something, which I don't like right now. Like I definitely want to have this energy. This is a very long-winded explanation, but I definitely think moving to a new city, you need to build friends, get into friend groups. Again, I joined my French class, which has not been super helpful because a lot of people in that class don't live in New York. I did make friends with my teacher though, so I'm really excited about that because she said she's also like my age and doesn't have any friends in the city, so we bonded. So she's my friend. I've met up with a few people. Kellyanne, if you're watching this, I really want to go hang out again. I haven't reached out because I'm a trash person, but I really want to hang out again soon. But it's things like that where it's like you need to make the effort, and I know I need to make the effort more in doing things, and so that's going to be something I'm working on. I also want to go see like a therapist, which I think will help me just in feeling, I feel a lot of overwhelm with a lot of different things because I want to be in so many different places at once, and as a singular person, I can't do that. So my best advice is to make friends, and that is an advice that I'm going to try to follow for myself as well. So there's that. Jesse asked, start vlogging. People love NYC content. I know they do. I do too. I get nervous vlogging outside, even though it's New York, like it's in the same range as like LA. Like if someone's with a camera, like it's fine. Like everyone knows that this is happening. I still feel weird about doing it. And I've really been trying to live in the moment and take in every experience. So vlogging sometimes feels like, I hate saying this too, like a burden, because it's not, because I love looking back at old memories. But again, I find it, I've been wanting to take in memories more than document them, just something I really want to find a good balance with. So I will start doing it. Again, I have vlogs on the back burner. Are those going to get edited? I really do hope so anytime soon. I'm unsure, so we're just gonna take it day by day, but I know you guys wanna see vlogs, and I know I wanna make them, so I'm gonna try to absolutely be doing that for you guys. Celia, I can't pronounce it, I'm sorry. It says, can you speak a little French for us? Bien sûr, bonjour, je m'appelle Jessica, j'ai 25 ans et maintenant j'habite hors New York City. J'ai pris la langue française quand j'avais 17 à 18 ans, quand j'habitais en Belgique comme une étudiante d'échange, mais maintenant j'habite hors New York et je prends les cours en français avec Coucou. So, hi, my name is Jessica. I live in New York City right now. I forgot what I actually said. When I was 17, I lived in Belgium where I learned French, and now I take courses at Coucou, which is a French school in New York, which I absolutely adore, highly recommend. So that is a project that I'm taking on right now, is learning French again and getting really in depth. I have 2 books here. I'm not using them for this video. Well, I guess I am now. Complete French Grammar. I got this yesterday, and I've become a French grammar nerd. Who knew that was a thing? And I also picked up this book from a store. It's like a French bookstore in New York, like pretty close to me near the Met, and it's New York cent is 100. Cent mots, so it's New York in 100 words. So they go into like big explanations of New York words, New York places in French. So I picked this up right when I moved here because I was like, oh, that's so special. And then I was like, oh, I miss French. So then I signed up for some courses. So I definitely want to make a video about like how I'm learning French and that whole ish, but it's something I've been finding super great for myself, and more just like, yes, I'm learning the language, but also I feel very accomplished, which has been really nice. So that is me speaking French. C'est difficile pour moi, mais moi j'aime bien beaucoup. So, Alyssa asked, do you have a new job? Yes, I do. I quit my other job because I got this new job in the city. I'm not gonna go into super detail about where it is because I just kind of want to keep that ish for myself, just keep it a little bit more professional and detached. My position is a marketing coordinator, and so I work for a brand in the city that sells some like nerdy fandom based merchandise, which is really exciting for me because I get to work with a lot of IPs and brands that I really like and that I have a lot of connection to. So it's been really fun. My coworkers are wonderful, and I work right in Midtown, so I feel like a businesswoman in the mornings when I go take my little Q train down to Midtown and work. So it's been really nice to put my energy into something new. I'm learning a lot of things. I'm learning a lot of things about email marketing. I really feel like Emily in Paris now, but it's just in New York. So it's been really great. I really like it there. Vicky asked, what are you most looking forward to in autumn and winter in New York? If you guys did not know, I've never seen snow in my life. I've never seen it. I have seen ice on the ground, and I've seen teeny tiny little flurries when I was in the Czech Republic when I was doing my exchange in Belgium. So I've never seen snow. I've never gotten to experience that. I've seen fall. I've gotten to like kind of experience fall. My sister used to live in North Carolina, so we would visit at like Thanksgiving, and her wedding was during the fall in North Carolina. So I've gotten to experience it, but I have never gotten to live it. I've never been in a fall environment for longer than like a few days. And like when I lived in Europe, the seasons weren't super strong. I find New York, the seasons and really everything is just like fortified. I don't know if that's the right, I think I'm confusing French now because I've been in it so much. It's a lot stronger. When spring hits, spring hits. When fall hits in the city, so I've heard, fall slaps, so we're not gonna curse. Fall slaps, okay? So I'm really excited about the leaves. I'm excited about the outfits. I have like just a lot of like sweaters and stuff, so I'm excited about that. I'm nervous for winter because everyone's like, oh, do you have all this stuff? And I was like, no, I don't own winter boots. Who owns winter boots? Everyone in New York except me. But yesterday or 2 days ago, it was feeling a little like chilly for me, which is like 75, 70. And I'm like, oh my God, it feels like fall. And my coworkers like laughed at me because they're like, oh honey, you're not ready. So I'm really excited to just experience almost life, I feel like, life on Earth for the first time because Florida does not have seasons at all. So I'm really excited about those. My friend Ashley asked, how do you make the most space, the most out of your studio apartment? So this is something that I've been able to be creative with, and also found difficulty with. It's a balance, definitely. But I have, you know, I built this loft, which I will show you guys in a few. I built a loft, so my couch is underneath my loft, and I'm a single person who lives by myself, so all of the stuff is mine, and it's kind of just like an expanded room. Like my room is this whole thing. So I found that, you know, having dedicated spaces to things helps. By building the loft, it definitely feels like I kind of built myself another room because my sleeping space is there, my living space is down here. So I don't really go up there unless I'm going to sleep, which I find nice to separate the spaces. And just storage is really important. I have pretty tall closets, so I've been able to stick a lot of the things that like I don't use at the top. So I just kind of forget that they're there. Like it's important things that I need to keep, but it's not anything I use. So I'm able to stack all of that up. So when you're looking for places, definitely look for things that have a lot of storage, either space or capabilities. And yeah, build a loft, I guess. I'm so glad I did it. I really am. And this is gonna be my last question from my friend Joel. What would be the ideal opportunities to open up for you in 2022? That's a wonderful question that I don't really know if I have an answer to yet. I definitely like to take things as they come. 2022 / maybe the end of 2021, I'm not really sure. I want to travel so bad. I know like I traveled to New York and I'm seeing all of these new things, but I really want to travel outside of the country. Toronto is so close to me now. I want to go to Canada. I really, after spending so much time with the French language recently, I want to go to France and or Belgium so bad and spend some time there. I just want to see more of the world after being stuck inside for so long. I'm really wanting to get back into theater. It's, you know, everything's slowly opening back up. Broadway opens kind of in September. There's been auditions and things that have been kind of happening, but I've kind of taken a back seat just to still get acclimated. And again, I have a full-time job, which takes up a lot of my time. So it's been a slow roll on kind of getting my feet wet in the New York City aspect. And it's also in a sense kind of scary just because I was so used to the Orlando audition realm, the Orlando theater scene. So it's gonna take some learning here and some making connections and learning from my friends who've done it here to get back into it. But that's something I'm definitely wanting to obviously continue with. My degree is in musical theater, so it's something that I really, really love. And another thing that I want to do is I want to have a boyfriend. I want to meet a guy. I want to meet a guy in New York, and we're gonna see if that happens. I've been on a few dates. Nothing's come of it yet, but I've had a fun time at all of them. So like honestly, I've been taking the, you know, New York dating scene as a chance to meet new people who I wouldn't have met before, see new places with somebody, which is always fun. Like I like doing things by myself, but I also like doing things with other people. And yeah, I would love that. I think that would be fun. A new change of pace for me. I don't know, but that's not really a goal, more so like I would hope that would happen. I don't know. I'm in a new city, like shot girl summer, I guess. I don't know. So I guess I'm gonna leave it on that. That's a weird note to leave off on, but I had a lot of fun making this video. Jessica, you know you like filming YouTube videos. Do it more often. Really enjoyed this. Thank you guys so much for asking the questions on my Instagram. Again, if you guys are not following me over there, definitely go check it out because obviously I'm a little bit more I'm there more often. If you guys want to put in any video suggestions, please DM me. Will I get back to you? I sure hope so. But again, I'm bad with my overwhelm feeling currently, but I've got a lot of things to share with you guys and I'm really excited to be here. I had quite a few emotional moments at the beginning of just like being so happy to be here, being, you know, sad to leave my life behind. I left behind a lot of my really, really close friends, but I've also been good at keeping in contact with them. I call my best friend Harmony almost every day, and I'm, you know, keeping in contact with everybody that I really love and adore there. So that's something I found very important, but in general, I am just so happy and thankful to be here living in New York City in my own studio apartment on the Upper East Side, like the gossip girl that I surely am not. So thank you guys again so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys hopefully soon in my next video. Bye.